Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nidinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Bhashya Tadesh Dharine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, thank you everyone for joining and wish you all a very, very happy Diwali filled with Krishna's blessings, Krishna Balram's blessings. May the Lordship Shri Krishna Balram, God Nithai, Narsimhadev, Srila Prabhupada bless all of us on this day and every day, that we never forget the Lord, we always remain engaged in their seva, in the remembrance, chanting the holy name, reading about the teachings, the pastimes, and that is what I feel is the best way to bring the real happiness. I was talking to some students here. There are a lot of students from Stanford that came for Diwali celebration. We planned for them, a group of students. I was talking, and some thoughts I was sharing, that how this festivals nowadays is all about so many things can happen and happens, but people just keep sending the wishes, some flyers and posters or some messages like Happy Diwali, or something like that. But if we little bit contemplate and think a little more, then we realize that simply just by somebody wishing us, I'm not saying that somebody should not wish. My point is, just because somebody says or type a message that Happy Diwali doesn't really make a person happy, right? So sometimes the things might become so ritualistic that we might wish like hundreds of people Happy Diwali, and we might receive like hundreds of such wishes, Happy Diwali, but none of those wishes are making us much happy, right? Then how to really make it like a Happy Diwali, or any festival as a Happy Diwali or Holi or whatever? So there is understanding to all of this. It is very, very scientific that how our traditions, all these great sages or scriptures, they very intelligently, very smartly, very scientifically inserted all these festivals in our life, especially in our tradition like Sanatana Dharma. Every now and then, some small or big festivals are always there. All right. So it is said in the scriptures, Manava Utsava Priyaha, that human beings, they're like the Utsav. Utsav means the festivals. And what is the meaning of Utsav? Utsav is the word for festival in English, and Utsav is in Sanskrit or Hindi. So Utsav means Utsav. Sav means like some kind of little sadness or moroseness and something like that. Utsav, Udgat, the something which rises us from the depression or moroseness or sadness or dullness. That is called Utsav. So everybody like Utsav. We all like the festivals. What is the festival? Festival is all about, there's different elements to the festival. There is one social aspect of it. Like, all the friends and the family, they all come together and greet each other. They meet each other, and then they invite, and we eat together. We talk together, we share, and all of that. So that brings the joy more than simply, doing some sense gratification. When we meet our near and dear ones, some close friends and family, that brings some joy. So that aspect is also there in any festival, the social aspect. Another important aspect of any festival, which unfortunately in this modern age many people they miss out, and that is the spiritual aspect of it. It cannot be just a social gathering on the name of festival, which most of the people, practically everyone, they do that. They celebrate Diwali, they do the Diwali party, Diwali gala, and so many things are going on, right? That's important. We had to definitely do that, but we should not miss out that spiritual aspect of that festival. That is very important. So if we miss out, then something is seriously wrong. So that is how everything should be touched. Otherwise, this socialization, social gathering, and all that, there's no difference between the festival and some weekends party that people go to some club, some pub, and all of that. What is the difference? Difference is that is spiritual element. So when we bring the divinity into picture, that connection with divinity, the part of the festival, that is what is the aspect of the festival which will make one happy. Then only we can say truly that happy Diwali. If that is not there in the right spirit, sometime all that, especially in our Indian tradition, people know that we have to do the puja on Diwali, some Lakshmi puja or so many different types of puja. But sometimes those things are also becomes very ritualistic. Like, oh, we have to do that as a ritual, finish it off, tick mark, done, check mark. But we need to understand the real spirit behind that. So lighting a lamp, it is called the festival of lights. And what is this light signifies? Just lighting one wick, some cotton with some, clarified butter, some ghee. That's not enough. That is important. It's very, very important. This ritual is important. But there is a great significance behind. There is a spirit behind that ritual. And unless we bring that spirit in the ritual, it won't become spiritual. As soon as that spirit comes in the ritual, it becomes spiritual. So that is what we are trying to discuss and share here, that what is that spirit behind. So we light the lamp, the diya on the Diwali. So there is a historic evidence behind that why it has been done, and also there is a philosophical aspect of it. So we all know that Diwali is connected to so many different pastimes of the Lord. One of the major pastime is Lord Ramchandra. After 14 years of his banishment, his exile, he was coming back on this dark night of Amavasya in the month of this Kartik. So by the time he was reaching to Ayodhya, and all the citizens, all the Ayodhya Vasis, eagerly been waiting for their Lord, who was like so dear to their heart. All these 14 years has been such a painful years for all the Ayodhya Vasis. Without Ram in Ayodhya, they couldn't imagine their life, and they were put into that situation. So they were very, very eagerly waiting. And by the time Lord was returning back to Ayodhya, it was already like the evening time, and it's close to the winter season, so it becomes a little dark, a little early. So it became dark. So all these Ayodhya Vasis, thousands and thousands of these devotees, they came lighting the lamp, lighting up, for the Lord, and basically they're welcoming the Lord. That Lord, you please come. So this lighting the lamp on the day of Diwali is basically, it signifies that bringing Lord Ram into our heart, into our life. Since time immemorial, for many, many lives, we have been like sent Lord Ram into the forest. Meaning, we are lost in this material world, we have forgotten the Lord, who is our real father, who is our real maintainer, who is our real lover. We've forgotten and then we are just lost. Ayodhya was very, very opulent city. All kinds of amenities, all kind of opulences were there in Ayodhya. There was no dearth of anything except Lord Ram. When Lord was in forest. So when Lord Ram was not there, though it was a very opulent city, but it did not make anyone happy. So that also communicates a message that yes, we can have very, very opulent life in this material world. You see, in this modern age, people make a lot of money, a lot of facilities, a lot of comforts, big, big mansions, all kinds of things, all kinds of facilities are there. That is great. But all that city, in fact, you see on the contrary, even that Sone ki Lanka, the city of Lanka, which is made of gold, but there's no Ram. It was all Ravana, Ravana ki Lanka, right? So who can have the more opulence than the opulence that people had in the city of Lanka? The whole city is made out of gold. What opulent city it would have been? People were not happy. They might be enjoying. There might be comforts, but there's no true happiness. There's a difference between the comforts, sukh and anand. There might be sukh, but anand, the happiness, the bliss is a different thing. So all these Ayodhya Vasis, they welcome the Lord. So on this day of Diwali, we should not just ritualistically do all these things, but also we should remember, call out the Lord. Lord, you have been, like we have been away, we have been separated from you for so many years, so many lifetimes. It is not just 14 years, it is maybe 14 lifetimes or maybe 14 million lifetimes. We have been just turned away from the Lord and we have been suffering here. We might have all the opulence around us, all big house, big money, big position, big power, whatever. But Lord Ram is not there. Lord is not there in our heart. Then what is the point? So basically, this is the day to welcome the Lord into our life, into our heart. And my dear Lord, please come. Without you, my life is useless. I cannot be happy, no matter what I do in this material world. So this is one of the significance of this lighting the lamp. Another thing is, you see, and when all these Ayodhya Vasis, when they are lighting the lamp, a lamp is like a small diya only, right? How much light it can produce when you go out in the open space, when it's already dark there. If you light one lamp, how much light it will produce? Practically like very insignificant light. So in the same way, we can learn this lesson that we might be all very insignificant individuals. We may not produce much light by your own self, but when thousands of people came together with their small light, so it is very significant small diya. But when people, thousands of them, they come together in cooperation, then it can bring the light to the world. So that is also another message that Lord Ramchandra is through this custom is communicating, that we should learn to be together in cooperation, and with this cooperation, keeping Lord in the center, Lord Ramchandra, Lord Krishna, they're all same. Keeping them in the center, then only the cooperation is possible. Come together, then we might be very tiny, very insignificant being, but we can bring a lot of light to the world. We can really contribute something great to the world. First of all, Janma Sarthak Kari Karo Parupkar Achyutan Mahaprabhu says, we can make our life better and also we can bring some light to the world, the people in the world. So co-jointly, cooperatively, we come together in the service of Krishna. We practice ourselves, we learn ourselves, and then also we share with others, right? And try to bring some light. So sometimes, we might feel, no, Prabhuji, no, I'm very tiny. I myself doesn't know much. What is the point? How can I go and tell? That is why Srila Prabhupada has created this system, this entire community. Prabhupada says in one place that I built a house where whole world can live. Prabhupada's temples are like that. Everybody is welcome here. No matter what is your background, from what walk of life you come from, what culture, nothing, just come, most welcome. Come together and try to serve together, keeping Krishna in center. Krishna is not the center, then our ego will be the center, and there will be clashes, there will be problems. So this is a lesson. Either it is a small family of few people, Krishna is the center, then cooperation is possible. Or it's a big community like temple communities or even bigger spiritual communities like that. If Krishna remains the center, then cooperatively we are like small diyas, small lamps. We can bring a lot of light. So this is also another significance of this light. So number one, inviting the Lord into our life, and another lesson that we all come together, we do our part, but in cooperation when we do, even we might be a small squirrel, but still we can play a very significant role in this world. Another one more aspect of this light I would like to highlight here is, as Krishna says in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, text number 11, he says, Teisham evanukampartham ham agyanajam tama nashami bhavasto jnanadipena bhasvata. So basically what Krishna is saying, that we have all been living in this darkness. It is very, very dangerous to move into a dark place. So just imagine you are put in a place, it's very pitch dark, and somebody say, okay, come here now. Try to move a little bit, it is very risky. You might trip yourself down, you can hit yourself, your head or whatever, you can hurt yourself. So it is not advisable to move in the dark. You should always move in the light. So we had to bring that light. So Krishna is saying, Tesham evanukampartham, those who comes to me, surrender to me, try to connect to me, try to worship me, try to please me, pray to me. To them, evanukampartham, I show my kampa. Anukampa means I mercy, my grace. I shower my grace to them, and by my mercy, Nashyami, I just remove all the darkness by Jnana Deepena Bhashvata, with the light of the lamp of knowledge. So this knowledge is compared to the light, and ignorance is compared to the darkness. We are born in ignorance in this material world. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya. We are all born here in this world, in Ajnan, in darkness. But when we take the shelter of a bona fide Guru, who's coming in a Guru Sishya Parampara, then that Guru brings the torch light of knowledge. He brings the light in our life. He brings Krishna into our life. And when Krishna comes, Krishna's knowledge, Krishna's teachings comes, Bhagavad Gita comes in our life. That is when we truly get the light. We get the direction, where to move, how to move. Otherwise, it's a risky business to move in the darkness. So this Diwali, the lighting the lamp, also signifies to bring this light of knowledge into our life. So along with just doing all these rituals of lighting the lamps and all those things, very important, but we should contemplate, meditate on these aspects, bringing the Lord into our life, bringing in this knowledge of the Lord like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam into our life, and corporately working and bringing the light to the world, not into our life, but when light comes to in our life, then we want to share that light to the whole world. We can contribute in a very, very significant way to the world. Right. So these are some of the spontaneous thoughts on this Diwali. So with this, again, I will wish all of you a very, very happy Diwali. And the Diwali will truly become happy when we bring the source of all the happiness. And that source of happiness is Lord Sri Krishna. Raso Vaisaha. He is Rasaraj. He brings all the joy. So unless Krishna comes into our life, no matter how many times we say Happy Diwali, or how many wishes we receive, the happiness comes only when Krishna comes into our life. So just meditate, contemplate, try to bring Krishna by bringing Krishna's holy name, which is not different from him. And that is how we can truly experience this happy Diwali. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be celebrating the Govardhan Puja in a temple. So we warmly invite all of you. And you, on behalf of the temple, invite your friends and family. Circulate the message. Tomorrow evening there will be festivities starting at 6:30 in the evening, Govardhan Puja and all of that. So please join us if it works for you. That will be great. Okay, so thank you everyone. With this, we'll stop.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.